Hi there! This is the third video in our Vex Robotics tutorial series. In this video I'll be showing you how to use the ModKit software to program your own Vex scripts using their block language. Alright, so remember that this is ModKit at www.modkit.com, and to get to the software you scroll down, click on the Vex IQ button on the right, and then click Try ModKit for free. It will open a new tab and open the editor for you. Alright, so recall last time we used this window to quickly program our motor to respond to our controller. In this video I'll be showing you how to use this block section to make a script to tell your robot what to do without using a controller. So, to program our robot, we'll go back to the robot screen for now, and we'll just add some devices to it, like the motor, maybe the bumper, and the color sensor, just as an example. And remember to select which port you want to plug it into, and then when you're building your robot, make sure you plug it into the right port. So I just picked 1, 2, and 3 just because this is an example video. Alright, so now let's check out the blocks. So this is the window to make scripts in. For each different component you've added to the robot, there's a separate tab. Each tab will contain its own scripts that it will respond to. So, then there are different types of blocks that you can add. There are setup blocks, which, for example, the brain has a timer you can set up, or what the screen is saying. There are output blocks. This will be what signal is being output. So in this case, you could clear the screen on the brain, you could print something to the screen, you could play an alarm, but each component has different output. So for example, the motor output is running the motor, as you may have guessed. Alright, and then there are sensing blocks. So this is like the input it's getting. So as you can see, the brain has timers it can set, whereas the other components have things like sensing what the motor is running at, or when the bumper is being pushed, or for the color sensor, what color is being sensed. This is important if you want some interaction with the outside world, such as sensing a color or running into something, to activate something in your program. Alright, then there are operators. You can add these to tell when something is greater to or equal, or to do mathematical operations on variables, such as what color is being represented. Alright, and then there are control structures. So everything has to be started with a when block. Whenever you start a script, it has to be started with some event. If you push on the drop-down menu, you can change what that event is, such as when the program starts, or if you have a bumper, when the bumper is pushed. As you add more components, more events will show up, such as events from the controller. You can then have it broadcast things, or you can add loops to your program, where every block will be repeated as many times as the loop tells it. This loop will loop forever. This loop will repeat as many times as you enter here. You can have these if or else structures. So these blocks will execute whatever's inside them if a certain condition is met, such as if the bumper is pushed or if a color is red. And if you have an if-else statement, if the condition is not met, whatever blocks are in the else section of the block will be executed instead. And then you can have while loops. So this will loop as long as this condition you enter is remaining the same. For example, a bumper continues to be pressed. Everything in here will keep repeating. You can find more about these blocks by clicking these question marks to the right of them. It will bring up a help menu and tell you what the block does. Alright, so to program something, we'll also add the controller to our window. Then we'll go back to the block section. Remember, to write a script, you always have to start with a when block, which is found in the controls. So always start your scripts with a when. In this case, we'll say when the controller, when the A button, when the F button up is pressed. Then you can add whatever you want to happen. Usually it's some form of output. In this case, we could say the LCD on the robot brain will print hello. Or you could maybe make it say F button pressed. You could also attach a motor to some button or to the bumper being pushed. By clicking on the motor tab, you're now creating scripts for the motor. So remember, it always starts with a when tab, and we'll say maybe the motor will run if something pushes that bumper. You would say when bumper pressed, then go back to the output, and maybe you would change the motor direction at that point. Or have it spin. Alright, so then remember, if you wanted to upload that to the robot brain, you would plug it in, select the slot from this menu, press the save button, and wait for it to tell you the programming was okay. So this concludes our Vex tutorial videos. Thank you for watching and enjoy using your Vex.